Welcome back to the Deep Dive. If you've been with us for our DevTools Deep Dive series, you know we love tracking how software development changes.
Yeah, it moves fast.
It really does.
Right.
And today, we're diving into something that feels like, well, a really significant shift. Artificial intelligence getting baked right into our coding tools.
It does feel like the natural next step, doesn't it? We've seen more and more automation, and now AI adds this layer of intelligence. It could really change how we work day to day.
Absolutely. Now, AI, it gets a lot of hype, a lot of chatter. Let's tackle one thing head on, okay?
The elephant in the room.
Exactly. The whole AI is coming for developers' jobs idea. Let's maybe unpack that a bit.
Right.
Because what we're really talking about today isn't replacement. It's augmentation, making us better, more powerful.
Like a super assistant.
Precisely. Think of it like an incredibly smart co-pilot. It can handle the repetitive stuff, flag potential bugs you might miss, suggest smarter code.
So for you, the listener, that means maybe less time fighting with syntax or boilerplate.
And more brain power for the really interesting high-level problem solving, the creative part.
That's a really important distinction. Amplifying, not replacing. So maybe it helps to understand a little bit about the AI concepts behind this.
Good idea. You hear terms thrown around, like machine learning, ML.
Right.
At its core, ML is about algorithms learning from data.
Yeah.
They spot patterns, make predictions, get better over time without someone programming every single rule.
Exactly. Then you've got deep learning,
which is sort of a subset of ML, more advanced.
Yeah, it uses these multi-layered neural networks. Think of it like layers of analysis for really complex data. It's great for things like image recognition, understanding nuances in language.
Okay, and that ties into the next one. Natural language processing, NLP. That's the bit that lets the AI understand us, our human language, right?
Exactly. And that's key for these new code tools. When a code completion tool seems to just get the context of what you're trying to do and suggest the right thing, that's NLP working with ML.
It's the bridge.
It really is. ML learns the code patterns, deep learning gets the complexity, and NLP understands your intent, whether it's in plain English or the code itself.
Okay. So our mission for this deep dive, explore this really exciting world of AI-powered coding. See what it's doing now and maybe peek at what's coming.
Sounds good. Where should we start? Code completion seems like a big one people are noticing.
Definitely. Let's start there because AI-driven code completion. This is way beyond the old basic autocomplete, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Forget simple keyword matching. These new tools using NLP and ML, they actually try to understand the intent behind your code.
How so?
Well, they look at everything the code you've already written, the libraries you're using, maybe even your variable naming style.
Ah, so the suggestions are much more relevant, context aware.
Exactly. Much more accurate. And it's not just finishing a line either.
Right. I've seen examples where you can write a comment, like a plain English description, and the tool generates a whole function to do that thing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's like describing the problem out loud and poof, there's a first draft of the code.
That really highlights the NLP part, translating our language into code structure.
It definitely streamlines taking an idea and getting that initial code down.
Okay, so if AI can understand code well enough to write it, it can probably understand it well enough to find problems in it too. Let's talk debugging.
Yes, this is another huge area. AI analyzing your code to spot potential bugs before they even happen.
Before runtime errors, wow.
Think about the development cycle. Catching bugs early saves so much time and pain later on. AI can sometimes see subtle patterns or potential issues that a human reviewer might just skim over.
And I heard it doesn't just flag the problem.
Often, no. It can actually suggest a fix as well.
Okay, so it's like having a really sharp, tireless pair programmer looking over your shoulder.
Kinda, yeah. Offering guidance. It shifts debugging from being purely reactive fixing crashes to being proactive, building more solid code from the start.
That makes a lot of sense. More stable, more robust applications. Speaking of making things more robust, testing. Always crucial, but let's be honest, writing all those test cases can be a grind.
Oh, yeah. Vitally important, but time-consuming. And that's where AI is starting to make waves, too.
How? Automatically generating tests.
Exactly. AI tools can look at your code's logic and automatically generate a whole suite of test cases to cover different scenarios.
Including the tricky ones, the edge cases.
That's one of the big selling points. AI can be really good at identifying those weird edge cases that humans might not think of, or find tedious to test manually.
Finding those is huge. And the speed implication. Speeding up the whole testing phase.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Significantly. Imagine freeing up QA teams and developers to focus more on exploratory testing or higher-level quality strategy.
Right, not just churning out basic unit tests.
Plus, it could lead to more thorough testing overall. You might achieve a level of coverage with AI assistance that just wasn't practical before.
Okay, interesting. Now, what about code that works, but maybe isn't great, messy, inefficient?
Refactoring. Yes, AI is stepping into that space as well.
How does that work? Does it just scan for problems?
Pretty much. It analyzes the code base, looking for inefficiencies, areas that could be cleaner, more readable, perform better, easier to maintain.
And then it tells you. Or does it?
It can suggest improvements, absolutely. And in some cases, it can even automatically apply the refactoring if you let it.
Wow. Okay, so it's like a built-in code quality expert.
Sort of, yeah. Continuously looking for ways to optimize and also helping to enforce best practices, keeping the code consistent.
That's useful. And you mentioned something earlier, something about different languages.
Oh, right. This is potentially massive. AI assisting with translating code between different programming languages.
Seriously, like converting a Python script to Java or something.
The potential is there. It's still evolving. But imagine migrating legacy systems or integrating components written in different languages. AI could make that vastly more efficient.
That really does sound like a game changer. Huge implications for cross-platform work.
It really could be.
Okay, another pain point for developers. Big, sprawling code bases. Trying to find that one specific function or understand how different parts connect.
Tell me about it. Searching can be a nightmare.
Standard search is often just keyword matching,
Nah.
right? You get tons of irrelevant hits.
Exactly. But AI-powered search is different. It tries to understand the semantic meaning of your query.
Semantic meaning. So not just the word, but the concept.
Right. It looks at the context, the relationships between code elements. So you asked it to find, say, user authentication logic, and it understands what that means, rather than just finding every instance of the word user.
Okay, that would surface much more relevant results.
Way more relevant. It cuts down that time spent just sifting through noise, especially when you're jumping into an unfamiliar part of the code. Huge productivity boost potential there.
Makes navigating complex systems much less daunting.
Definitely helps accelerate both new development and maintenance.
Now, this all sounds amazing, maybe a bit futuristic. But these tools are actually out there now, aren't they? People are using them.
Oh, absolutely. This isn't science fiction anymore. We're seeing early success stories already making an impact.
Like GitHub Copilot. That one gets talked about a lot.
For sure. Copilot, powered by OpenAI's Codex model, is probably the most well-known example right now. It's that real-time suggestion engine.
As you type, it suggests the next line, or even whole blocks.
Yeah, and what's impressive is how it seems to anticipate what you're doing. It offers snippets, sometimes entire functions that often just fit right into the context.
It feels like it learns your style a bit as you go.
It tries to, yeah. Another big player is Tab9.
Right, tab 9. Another code completion tool.
Yes, also AI-powered. A key thing about Tab9 is its really broad support. Lots of languages, lots of different IDEs.
So more accessible to a wider range of developers.
Exactly. It's gained a lot of traction, which shows these tools are genuinely useful for boosting speed and accuracy.
Okay, so completion is covered. What about the security angle we touched on?
Right. Security Deep Code is a great example there. It's actually now part of SNCC.
SNCC, the security company. Okay.
Yeah. Deep Code specifically used AI to analyze code and pinpoint potential security vulnerabilities.
So finding weaknesses before they get exploited.
Precisely. That kind of proactive security analysis built right into the workflow. It's becoming crucial for building safer software. Its integration into SNCC really highlights that trend.
So it's clear these aren't just experiments. These tools are working, developers are adopting them, they're showing real value.
Definitely. They are demonstrating the power AI can bring to how we build software right now.
And this is just the beginning, really, as the underlying AI tech gets even better, which is doing incredibly fast.
These tools are only going to become more capable, more integrated into everything we do.
The potential seems huge.
It really is. These early successes are just scratching the surface. AI could touch almost every part of the software lifecycle.
So if we wrap this part up, the main takeaway is AI is here, it's shaping software development now, and it looks like a massive opportunity.
Absolutely, not a threat. An opportunity. A chance to offload tedious work and focus on more creative, impactful problems.
It's about learning how to work with these intelligent tools.
Right.
Leveraging them.
Exactly. Embracing them as powerful assistants.
Okay. So looking ahead for our next deep dive, We should probably tackle some of the bigger questions around this, shouldn't we?
Like the ethical considerations?
Yeah, ethics, the potential impact on the job market, the skills developers might need to cultivate in this AI-driven future.
That's crucial. Developers need to be thinking about how to adapt and thrive as the landscape shifts.
Definitely. So we'll get into that next time, but for now,
Hmm.
here's something for you, the listener, to think
A
about.
little homework.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Just consider your own projects, your typical workflow right now. How could tools like Copilot or AI-powered debugging or smarter search, how could they fit in?
Yeah, what could that unlock for your productivity, your creativity?
What new things might become possible if you had this AI Copilot? It's really interesting to think about how AI could become your partner in code.